September. Reggie Squirrel. Autumn had arrived, and it was Reggie Squirrel's 7th birthday. Reggie woke up early and set off excitedly to visit the stag beetle. He knocked loudly on Stanley's door, but no one answered. Berry and Balthazar's houses were empty too.
No one's at home. Who can I celebrate my birthday with?
He sobbed to himself.
Hi there, happy birthday,
shouted Harry Hedgehog. Your friends told me to take you for a ride while they prepare your present.
So that's why no one's at home,
Reggie said, smiling again. He sat in the hedgehog cart and they set off. In the meantime, the centipede busily raked the leaves up and the woodworms wriggled about in them.
That's enough of that. I need to clear the leaves from the path,
the centipede said.
You could pick the litter up because we should look after nature. Okay, we'll help,
the woodworms whistled. Then they saw Harry Hedgehog and Reggie Squirrel, and they waved at the birthday boy when the hedgehog cart passed them. It was the afternoon by the time they got back to Reggie Squirrel's home.
Happy birthday!
All the forest friends shouted with glee. Reggie Squirrel saw that the pals had bandaged the oak tree.
You've made my tree better,
Reggie said with a tear in his eye.
Hooray for Reggie Squirrel!
Shouted a band of squeaky little voices, and the fireflies appeared high up above.
We've made you 7 lanterns for your 7th birthday. They're beautiful,
said Reggie, clapping his paws together. At that point, Berry and Dolly handed the hazelnut cake they had made to Reggie. And while they were eating, Zephyr made an announcement.
A 7th birthday is an important thing because 7 is a special number. There are 7 colours in the rainbow. A dragon has 7 heads, and there are 7 days in a week. There are 7 dwarfs in the story about Snow White, and there are 7 notes on a musical scale. You still haven't seen your main present,
said the little flower beetle as he hopped around.
Have you found the hot air balloon?
Reggie asked with a surprised smile.
We found it and fixed it, said a proud Berry. Come on, we'll take you for a flight.
Hooray! Reggie Squirrel cried, and he hopped happily into the balloon's basket. They flew high above the tiny houses and had a super view of the forest from the sky. Then the stars appeared, and Reggie stared in delight at the twinkling night sky.
It's been a busy day, hasn't it?
asked Dolly.
Yes, it's been a busy and brilliant birthday,
Reggie Squirrel agreed with a grin.
Good night,
the little friends shouted, and the squirrel climbed sleepily back into his house, cuddled up in his little bed, and soon fell fast asleep. April. Bouncy Castle. It was April, and the pigeon brought the answer parcel.
Who sent it?
The children asked. My friends, the red ants, sent it from the forest next door, the queen ant explained. They opened the sizable parcel to reveal a bouncy castle.
Hooray! Let's blow it up!
The little ants cheered, and they all started to pump the colourful contraption. The castle soon grew to its full size. The Queen Ant asked Dr. Owl to call everyone to the meadow. "Hey, everyone! Come and jump! Come to the ant castle!" Dr. Owl shouted. No one wanted to miss the chance to bounce on the castle. The only one to miss out was the snail boy, who had gone to visit Snail Sam. Soon after that, the sky darkened and a storm began. The little beetles all ran into the ants' house. Then the rain turned to hailstones, and all the little pieces of ice punched holes in the bouncy castle. By the time the storm had passed, the bouncy castle was as flat as a pancake. Just then Berry arrived home. By now it was too late for him to try the bouncy castle because it had completely deflated and lay flat on the top of the hill. "I miss the bouncy castle," Berry said with a sob. "Don't be sad. We'll stick it and blow it up again," Dolly reassured the snail boy. Berry did not say a single word, but just set off home with his head hung low. Then he got straight into a hot bath to warm himself. He got his bath toys out, but even his favourite whale could not cheer him up. The others all thought hard how they could make Berry happy again. "We could make our own bouncy castle and put mattresses on top of each other," the bee suggested. "That won't work. They'll all slide apart and we'll all fall off," Stanley sulked. "We could stretch a sheet between the trees like we did when the kite escaped," said Flutter. Not bad, but we've done that before." "Anyone got a new idea?" Dolly asked. "I have," shouted Bubble. "Once, when Dolly's flowers dried out, I asked a friendly cloud to make some rain. Maybe this time I could ask it to let Berry jump on it for a little while." "But Berry can't fly. How will he get up on a cloud?" Balthazar puzzled. "We'll take him up," said Dolly. And so Bubble flew up to the largest cloud and discussed the plan with it. Meanwhile, the friends all hurried to Berry's house. "We're going to take you bouncing," Flutter told the snail boy. "Just hold on tight," said Dolly. And they picked him up and flew up high in the sky. The cloud happily let Berry bounce about on it and then waved to Dolly when it had had enough. "I think that will do for now." The little friends thanked it for helping out and then flew Berry back down to the ground again. "That was really super, thank you," Berry said with a grin, and he hugged his pals. It took the ants several days to mend all the holes, but they eventually finished. And this time, Berry did not miss the chance to have fun with the others.
Seashells. Zephyr the dragonfly and Leapy the grasshopper girl were collecting pebbles down by the stream. Dr. Owl flew down to join them. "I'm going to see Bubble, he's got a sore throat," he said and hurried on. But soon after that, he tripped on a tree root and fell over. His doctor's bag flew open and everything fell out onto the ground. Leapy and Zephyr helped to gather up all of his things. As well as medical instruments, they found all kinds of strange things.
They were presents from my patients,
You shouldn't keep such beautiful treasures in your doctor's bag. You're right. I'll look for a small box, the old owl nodded. But I've got to hurry because Bubble is waiting for me. Bye-bye, Dr. Owl, the girls shouted after him. Zephyr and Leapy were strolling home when they saw the robin outside Dolly's house. The red bird was just saying goodbye to the ladybird girl. I have to go now. It's a long flight to the seaside. Are you going to the seaside? Can we go with you too? Asked Zephyr and Leapy with glee. I'd be happy to take you, the bird replied. They could clearly see the whole forest from high in the sky, as well as the lake and all the little houses. They flew for a very long time until they reached the endless blue of the salty sea. Thank you for your help, Robin. And the friends ran quickly to the sandy beach. They collected super seashells and could hardly decide which ones they liked the best. Look, this one's beautiful too. I'll put it in the bag, said Leapy as the treasures began to collect in the little bag. Just then the crab appeared and walked straight through the sand-coloured bag, smashing their carefully collected pile of seashells into little pieces. Oh, the shells! She nervously tipped the contents of the bag out onto the sand, but not one single shell was still intact. Don't be sad. The best shells are never on the beach, but deep down at the bottom of the sea. I'll bring you much more beautiful seashells. The girls liked the sound of this. The crab jumped quickly into the sea and very soon reappeared with a collection of fabulous seashells. He kept doing this until the bag was completely full. They're beautiful seashells, Crab, thank you. It's time for us to go home. We have to find the robin. But the robin had no intention of going home. Not until the spring, she said sulkily. Then how will we get home again? The girls asked. By Turtle! Come on! I'll give you a ride, said a voice from the waves. So Leapy and Zephyr travelled home on the turtle's back. When they arrived back home, they thanked the turtle for his help and said goodbye. The next day, Leapy and Zephyr showed Berry and Dolly all the lovely seashells they had collected. Let's make something out of them, Berry suggested. That's a super idea, but what? Asked Zephyr. I know. Let's make a box for Dr. Owl's treasures, Leapy said, and they all got hard to work. The old owl was very pleased with the box, and he carefully placed his collection of special things inside. A pebble, a pine cone, a conker, a pressed flower, a pencil, some drawings, and a wooden horse. Dolly's flower. One spring day, Dolly the ladybird was planting a flower in front of her house when Bubble the flower beetle appeared. Will it grow big? He asked Dolly. Yes, it will grow into a big bush covered in flowers. By the time summer arrived, the bush was covered in flowers. Everybody who passed by took a deep breath of the sweet scent. It's beautiful, said Flutter admiringly, and so did Berry, Balthazar, Stanley and Bubble. By the middle of the summer, the sun was at its hottest. Dolly was busy watering her flower when Christopher the Canary delivered an invitation to her door. It's from Katie. She's invited me to go and visit her. And she sounded very excited. You go, Dolly, and I'll water your flower. Thank you, Bubble. I'll be away for 6 days. Please water my flower every day, otherwise it will dry out. I won't forget, don't worry, Bubble promised. Bubble dutifully watered the flower the next day and the day after that, both morning and night. He passed Flutter's house on his way home. The butterfly girl was busy painting her roof yellow.
I'd like to paint my house too.
I've got plenty of paint left. You can have some if you like.
Thank you.
He started painting his house first thing the following morning. He was so busy painting that he forgot all about the flower for the next couple of days. He only remembered again when Dolly came home and knocked on his door in floods of tears. Bubble, my flower's all dried out.
Oh, I completely forgot,
the flower beetle exclaimed. The two of them stood next to the wilting plant. They watered it, but it made no difference. The bush's branches drooped sadly down and petals lay scattered on the ground. Rain is the only thing that can help here, Stanley the stag beetle announced. A real summer shower that soaks the soil. Come along and rain again, so the leaves grow big and strong and the branches good and long. Come and rain all night and day, come and rain so we can play. Come and rain and never stop. But it still did not rain. Bubble really wanted to cheer Dolly up. He thought hard about how he could make things better. Then he suddenly had an idea.
Dear Cloud, sprinkle a little rain on our forest. Dolly's very sad because her flower has dried out.
It's getting late and I'm sleepy. I'll do it tomorrow,
the cloud said drowsily. And with that, the cloud closed its eyes and fell asleep. When Dolly stepped out of her little house, a fat drop of rain plopped into her hand. It's raining! Hurry! It's raining, Berry! It's raining! It rained more and more. Dolly and her friends had never been so happy to see it rain. The bush stretched a little and lifted up its drooping branches. It opened up its flowers once more and drank the rainwater up. Look, it's not drooping its branches anymore. It's grown stronger again, said the ladybird girl.
It's not only grown stronger, it's grown bigger.
Bubble gathered up handfuls of flower petals and flew up to the cloud.
Thank you.
And he sprinkled it all over with the scented petals. The Scooter. One spring morning, Morris the Maybug decided to make himself a scooter. He spent the whole day sawing, drilling and hammering. And when he was finished, he painted the scooter black. Then he hurried to show his super scooter to his friends. The boys were all playing basketball in the meadow. Berry, Stanley, Balthazar, Eddie, Bubble and Alfonso. Look at my new scooter. I made it all myself.
Can I have a try?
No one can borrow it. It's mine.
I only want to try it for a minute.
We'd like to have a go on it too, then we'll give it back. I'm not lending it to anyone, Morris told them again. The boys were so busy arguing that they didn't spot Eddie, who grabbed the scooter and rode off on it. Stop! Bring it back! It's my scooter and I didn't lend it to you. I'm not lending it to anyone. Eddie slowed down and Morris soon caught up with him. Give me my scooter back!
Here you are. It doesn't go fast enough anyway.
Not fast enough? Look at this. Not fast enough? You can hardly keep up with me, he shouted with a laugh, but he didn't see a big pothole in the middle of the road.
Watch out, Morris!
Balthazar, Berry and Stanley all shouted at once, but it was too late.
Well, you've only got yourself to blame, Morris,
Balthazar said in a snooty tone. What happened, Morris?
Are you badly scratched? Why aren't you boys helping him? The rose beetle asked the others.
It's all Morris's fault.
It doesn't matter how it happened. He's really hurt himself and you should have helped. Come back to my house, Morris, and I'll clean those nasty scratches for you. Rosita sat Morris down and washed his wounds with a warm, wet cloth. It doesn't look that bad now. Morris started to sob. It was all my fault because I was mean to the others. If I hadn't been so mean, it wouldn't have happened. Then don't be mean next time. Thank you for all your help, Morris said as he left. It was nothing. You'll feel better soon. Morris limped all the way back to his house. The minute he got home, he jumped into bed and he was soon fast asleep. The little Maybug woke up the next morning with a wonderful idea. He got out his paints and brushes. I'm going to paint you pink. Look at you. I've brought this for you. Thank you for helping me yesterday. It looks lovely. Did you paint it? Rosita asked. Yes, I thought you wouldn't like it black. I love it. I'm going to ride it over to Dolly's house. Be careful. Have a safe ride. Morris walked home and he was about to eat his lunch when he heard a knock at the door.
Hello, Morris.
Balthazar said first.
We came to see if you were feeling better.
Much better, thank you, Morris shrugged. I promise that I won't take your scooter again, Eddie said with an apologetic smile. I haven't got it anymore. I painted it pink and gave it to Rosita. But I can make a new scooter, Morris said. I promised Rosita that I won't be mean again. Everyone can have a go on my new scooter when it's finished. Hooray! Bubble shouted. Now would you all like a piece of apple pie? I baked it myself. Morris soon finished the new scooter. He painted it dark green. All the friends gathered in the meadow the next day and took turns to have a go on the two scooters. The hot air balloon. One summer afternoon, a storm blew up in the forest. Dolly the ladybird and Berry the snail sat watching it from the spotty house. The wild wind twisted the trees and blew the roofs off houses. The rain came down in buckets. When the rain and wind finally stopped, the two friends took a look around the forest. Look, Dolly, the wind blew this tree over, Berry said. And the rain washed away my flowers, Dolly sighed. Leapy the grasshopper came rushing in.
Dolly! Berry! Come quickly! Someone's lying in the meadow!
The friends found an oil beetle lying in the meadow. Oh, what happened to you? What's your name? Who are you? Dolly sputtered. I'm Adette the oil beetle. I live up in the mountains, but the wind blew me down here and I hit my head really hard. My wings are weak and I can't fly. I don't know how I'm going to get home. The oil beetle sniffled. They lifted Adette up and carried her into Leapy's house. Don't worry, Dolly said eventually. We'll help you get home. That afternoon, Balthazar the bee, Flutter the butterfly and Stanley the stag beetle all came to see Adette. They tried to think of ways to help her get home.
The best thing would be a hot air balloon,
Stanley said. But what could we use to make a balloon? Berry asked. We could use blankets, pillows and sheets, Flutter suggested.
And curtains and towels too,
Stanley added. They got to work immediately. They stitched all the blankets, curtains, sheets and towels together. It took a while to get everything finished, but Odette helped as much as she could. Every day she was feeling stronger, and even her head had stopped hurting.
It's ready.
Thank you, the oil beetle replied happily.
Hooray! We're flying!
Berry exclaimed. Wow, it's beautiful! We can see the whole forest from here, Dolly laughed. It started to get dark. When they eventually arrived, Odette cried out, Hooray! I'm home! Thank you. Please stay the night and watch the shooting stars with me. We'd love to, the little friends said. Odette quickly made them something to eat and gave them delicious cakes and tea. After dinner, they all sat down in front of Odette's house and waited for shooting stars to appear in the night sky.
Hooray! I saw a shooting star!
Berry exclaimed excitedly. Me too, Dolly said.
And me,
added Stanley. They went into Odette's house when it got colder and sat and watched the stars through the window. They all made a wish and fell fast asleep. As she slowly drifted to sleep, Odette wished that someday she would meet her new friends again. Spring Sports Day. Berry, Dolly, Flutter and Balthazar were sitting by the lake, throwing pebbles into the water. Berry hit a floating log a couple of times, and his friends clapped.
Come down to the meadow now. The Spring Sports Day is about to start,
Stanley told them all. Their forest friends had already gathered in the meadow. The little beetles all put their running shorts on and stood in line. They all ran as fast as they could. They had to run 3 times around the meadow.
It's not fair. Eddie cheated. He cut the corner.
Leapy the grasshopper shouted.
There's to be no cheating. Let's start the competition again, but no cheating.
Stanley came first, Leapy came second, and Balthazar came third. Berry finished last. Balthazar and Eddie started whispering.
He's as slow as his snail.
Don't make fun of him. It's not nice, Dolly said angrily.
Now it's time for the high jump. The one who can pick the highest apple is the winner,
Alfonso said. The friends took a run and tried to jump as high as possible. Leapy got the highest apple, Flutter got the second one, and Eddie the potato beetle grabbed the third apple. No matter how hard Berry tried, he couldn't even reach the lowest apple. I can't do it. I just can't do it, he sulked. Come on, Berry. You'll be better at the next race. Don't be sad, Rosita said. But Berry was too nervous to join the rolling race because he was frightened he'd crack his shell. The others all lined up and rolled from one end of the meadow to the other. Dolly was the fastest and she won.
Now let's start flying, Alfonso said. The fastest to fly to the top of this tree and get a pine cone from there is the winner.
The beetles started immediately. Flutter, Balthazar, Dolly and Zephyr all joined the race. Flutter was the fastest and got to the top of the tree first. I can't fly either,
Berry snivelled. Don't be so angry, Berry. It's time for the skipping competition now. The fastest skipper wins. The 4 contestants started skipping. But suddenly, Berry got tangled in the rope and hurt himself. The others were worried and ran over to him. I'm not doing any more silly races. I can't do anything. I'm going home. We have to think of something. We have to cheer Berry up, Dolly said. You're right. What's he really good at? Rosita asked. I know, Flutter shouted. Throwing!
That's a super idea,
Balthazar agreed.
Berry was the only one who could hit the log in the lake.
They made 5 piles. The first one was made out of apples, the second of horse chestnuts, the third of pine cones, the fourth out of hazelnuts, and the 5th one out of pears. Dolly convinced Berry to come back to the meadow. It's time for the throwing competition. Do you want to join in? Rosita asked. Hooray! Throwing? Of course I'm in. Everybody had a go, but Berry was the best. He was the only one who managed to knock over all 5 piles. You see, Berry, I'm the best runner. Leapy's the best high jumper, Flutter's the best at flying, Dolly at rolling, Rosita can skip the fastest, and you're the best thrower. Everybody's good at something, Stanley explained. Berry got a beautiful shiny chestnut engraved by Alfonso, which said throwing, first place. The Yellow Ladybird. The spring had come at last. Dolly decided it was time to tidy up her flower garden. She got her spade and a rake and tied a pretty dotted scarf around her head. She had only just stepped outside when she heard someone groaning behind her house. Christopher, your wing looks broken, the little ladybird exclaimed. The sun shone in my eyes and I flew straight into a tree. I really hurt myself, the canary said. Just then, Berry the snail and Stanley the stag beetle arrived. Stanley, please go and get Dr. Owl. Christopher's wing's broken, Dolly said, taking control. Dr. Owl soon arrived. It looks like a very bad break, he said seriously. Then carefully and slowly he bandaged Christopher's broken wing. You know, Dolly, Christopher said one day, there's a little ladybird living on the island I come from. Really? Is she red with black dots like me? Dolly asked excitedly. And what's her name? She's called Katie. Her back isn't red, it's yellow, but her dots are black like yours. She looks a lot like you. Why don't you come to meet her when my wing's better? That sounds like a super idea. Can Berry come too? Of course he can. There's enough room for both of you on my back. A few days later, Dr. Owl came to visit the injured canary. He was happy to say that Christopher's wing was as good as new. The canary thanked the owl for his help, put Berry and Dolly on his back, and headed for his island home. They soon found themselves flying over a large lake with a little island in the middle of the water. Can you see it? We're flying to that island. My nest is on top of the highest tree. Hold on tight, we're coming in to land. Christopher landed perfectly, and Berry and Dolly climbed down. You can't catch me, shouted a bright beetle in an orange dress. She was talking to the tiny fleas running after her. Watch out, Dolly shouted, but the girl beetle ran right into her. I'm so sorry, I didn't mean to knock you over. My name's Katie. Who are you? Oh, you're Katie. We're here to see you. My name's Dolly, and I've come a long way to meet my ladybird cousin. Ladybird cousin? Katie asked with a puzzled smile. Yes, you've got black dots just like me, except you're yellow instead of red. Wow, you're right, the yellow ladybird said. Come with me and I'll show you my house, Katie said. As soon as they saw Katie's house, Berry and Dolly started to laugh. My house looks exactly like this, but mine's red. Berry, Dolly and Katie took a long walk around the island. There's the pine forest with the little stream running next to it. We built the bridge ourselves, Katie explained with pride. And what's that in the middle of the meadow? Berry asked. It looks like a slide. That's right. It's a special flower slide. Come with me. I'll show you. Can I have a go? Of course you can. Follow me, Katie said and slid down on the curvy slide. Berry, Dolly and Katie slid down the slide again and again until it started to get dark. It's getting late. Come on, you two, I'll take you home, Christopher said. Dolly and Katie swapped headscarves as a parting present. Have a safe trip home, Katie told them. Do visit me again sometime. It was getting very late by the time Christopher arrived at Dolly's dotty house. The moon shone and the sky was full of sparkling stars.